Again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the HSL action, sponsored by Newegg, Jinx, Blizzard, MSI, and Roccat. It's L30. We're getting in some words with the one, the only Fresca Nation. You can call him that on Twitter, or Fresca, if you want to call him that for short. What's going on, Fresca?
Not much, man. Looking forward to some games. I always enjoy watching people who I haven't seen play before.
Yeah, you know, these two players, not too much. I think TheLastFlare you can see on the ladder a little bit more, but not many things to be said of for both players as we go on into the match. It is going to be over here. We do have TheLastFlare. Should be on the bottom side, but it'll switch over in just a second. Playing out the Druid, Warlock, and Warrior. On the other hand, Snipert playing the Warlock, Hunter, and Rogue from this one. Or I think it's switched around, sorry about that, but Druid versus Hunter. First match coming up right now. What do you think?
If this is a face hunter, his hand's really awful. And the Druid's hand looks really strong, so I'm favoring the Druid right now. It does look like he's more of a mid-range, though, with Lothab and the Hunter's Mark. But his hand's still super weak. It's definitely favoring the Druid right now.
Yeah, double quick shot, quick draw, you don't want that in the hand ever. Yeah, it's not really the greatest. And then Lothab as a 5 as you're starting minion. Probably not the smartest to start up in damage, but it's okay. There's no wild growth chance play opportunity, is there?
Oh yeah, there definitely is. This is the hand you definitely want. It's insane.
Oh man.
Coin Wild Growth into 3-drop, 4-drop, plus you have the Wrath if he has the Knife Juggler, which he doesn't even have. So,
that's
it's very rough.
Very rough for the Hunter right now. Perfect card coming out for the TheLastFlare off of this one. It's the Shade and Naxxramas is going to start this one up for this game. So, you want to go over the lineups again? Druid, Warlock, Warrior versus Warlock, Hunter, Rogue. What do you think has the favored in the matchup for either player?
Well, considering that one of them has Warrior and the other one doesn't, that means that there's at least a 50% chance that one of them has Grim Patient Warrior, which means it's 100% winning. So, yeah. I think Grim Patient is just busted, so it's like a free win. So he's basically has to win 2 decks, and it looks like his Druid deck's going to win. So I'd definitely put it in favor for him.
TheLastFlare in the moment, getting the favor of Fresca, so we'll see if that really works out. Paladin Shredder going to be played on curve, technically a little bit earlier, but hey, double Paladin Shredder, even a Emperor Thorson if you wanted to.
Oh man,
that is just a lot of tempo and insane tempo.
That Owl is going to be nice though. He gets to clear up the Paladin Shredder.
With this face though, so no smorking this time. Just going to go right into the Paladin Shredder. Wow. So many options coming out for the Druid. Would you clear, or would you just go straight to the Druid of Claw, at least to be more nuisance of a problem?
I would just keep jamming minions. Like, you could take the favorable trade with the Shade on the Knife Juggler and then just play Taunt. But he does get punished a little bit by the Hunter's Mark. But I still think, without knowing the Hunter's Mark in his hand, that's the correct play. So it does make it so the Hunter does have a chance to come back into the game, but I think that is the best play. Looks like that's what he's going to do.
They call up, and we do trade it out with that one. Let's see what the response is going to be for Snipert. He's probably going to face tank a little bit more, or could use one of his quick draws to take one down. As we do see the Owl probably would be favorable to trade out. And at least the quick shot's going to use some board presence down.
Like the quick shot here. Yeah, I definitely like this play a lot better. Developing a minion is really strong.
Especially a Lothab.
Yeah.
No great turns, but yeah. Go ahead, sorry.
That quick shot was definitely really weak, because all he would get is a web spinner that gets hero powered if he really wanted it to.
That's true.
Lothab is pretty ambitious.
Probably going to get ultimately traded out. Could get double quick shotted as well. Don't think that's really a thing. Or
ooh, that's insane.
Okay. Command off the top.
Yeah, this Hunter's definitely coming back from like a super suboptimal draw at the beginning. That's what hunters do.
You mean they don't just all go smart face and kill things?
Unfortunately, no. I wish. It'd make it so much easier to counter.
And before there's Mill Hunter.
Yeah.
As Drake could be being dropped off, Wrath could be a thing. The 1-mana Wrath could be a thing as well. But Paladin Shredder on the top of Drake. Would you play it a little bit differently, or?
I think it's like pretty good. The problem is like the Hunter could have set up for a lot of damage that turn. He's playing super defensively though. I'm not sure I agree with this play. Like, he hit a lot of damage. I guess he's scared because Emperor was played, so technically the opponent could have combo.
Right.
And it's easier for us to see that he doesn't have it, so I guess that's like what he's thinking about. But I definitely think you just need to end this game as fast as possible, especially since you're out of cards, and quick shots really your only card draw. So I'm not sure he's going to have damage to finish the game now.
Even with a quick shot, it wouldn't be too much. If we do see the Wrath going to be used for draw, I guess second Wrath is going to be used to just kill out the Wrath either way. I think Druid's still in a pretty good situation, although anything would really happen, as we did. I forgot about the freezing trap. There's a freezing trap pop down. And, yeah. I think everything's still okay for the Druid at the moment. Has one part of the combo. It's pretty low life for Snipert for cover right now.
Yeah, but we did see both quick shots already and a kill command, so I don't think the Druid's very scared at all. Plus he has a heal next turn if he really needs it.
Yeah, it seems like he is in command, but has Leok to worry about. And a Stampeding Kodo. Wah wah wah.
Hey man, if he draws a Keeper of the Grove, he's in business.
Possibly, but even then the tempo won't swing right back for the Storm of Snipert. Ancient Lord gonna be used to draw.
I actually really like that call. Like, you already saw most of the bursts go away. And you still have a taunt in your hand and on the board, so.
Yeah, the kill command on top of the two quick shots not there anymore, so I guess that's true.
Yeah, plus the Scientist probably dies here, and then you could freezing trap and heal if you really wanted to.
Yeah. Which is where he's gonna go. Stampeding Kodo gonna be dropping down. Although that was pretty much it. It's looking like we'll see double Innervate being used with a Dr. Boom, possibly. Or at least one Innervate.
Yeah, I definitely think this Sludge Belcher has to come down. And I think you do want to freezing trap your 5/5.
Get a heal, get some draw if you really need to. Just need to put some damage down, obviously.
Right. But I'd be really surprised if this Belcher doesn't come down. Probably with the Doctor Boom as well. Yeah. You might even opt to Hero Power at 1/1 with the other Innervate. Play it as safe as possible.
One kill command left in the deck. He did use one earlier, so yeah, I guess he just doesn't want to get everything killed out early.
Yeah, he just wants to keep as much as possible on board for the Savage Row next turn.
Possible lethal whip in hand. He could do some stuff, but Unleash the Hounds. Does that really change anything? He gets rid of Sludge Belcher. I think that's it.
Yeah, but he loses his whole board. I actually think he should. I actually think he should have not shown the Unleash. Not everybody runs to Unleash the Hounds, and he has to play the Hunter deck again.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for Snipert because he does have to. This is again Conquest mode, so we can't really. You're gonna have to show some of your cards if you have to play it again. If you do lose out on the match, 4 off the Dr. Boom. Seems kind of lucky. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, all he has to do here is heal, and then he wins.
Yeah.
So, it's looking really good for the Druid. Like I said, if he has Grim Patron Warrior, it's like, he's gonna have another win. It's really unlikely that the Grim Patron Warrior goes 0-3. So, I'm definitely liking the position that he's in.
As you see, the Ancient Lore going to be hitting into the face with the Dr. Boombot, and we do see a Savannah Heiming locked down, but not out. It looks like it's an extreme game for the TheLastFlare. Off on this one, GG going out for this round of 32 matchup. He could show the shot on for it, doesn't even matter. He's just going to clean up for the win. Again, with the TheLastFlare picking up the game, it is a best of 5 series, and he's going to go up 1-0 into this matchup. Snipert left, or still has the Warrior, Hunter, and Rogue to go on. I think he's playing his famous Oil Rogue. He usually goes with that. And Warlock could be Zoo, could be Control, probably more likely Control, Handlock. But Druid come out in the first one, first win. Warlock and Warrior is left for the TheLastFlare. What do you think would be next?
I'd probably just go with the Warrior. It has like pretty good matchups against everything that Snipert has.
Okay.
As long as it's Grim Patron. I mean, if it's Control Warrior, it's good against Rogue, and it's good against Handlock. That's what it is. And it's like decent against Hunter. I think the mid-range Hunter is like a lot better than other decks would be, but this does look like it's a Grim Patron Warrior deck. It just happens to have Senjin in it, which I think is a pretty good card in the deck. Just saying, had it in his deck when he hit rank 1, I'm pretty sure. He played like 1 Senjin, 1 Belcher. He said it was better for the curve.
Senjin, because 4 cross is not the greatest, yeah, for Patron Warrior, or Patron Warrior, sorry. Would I keep the hand like this? Probably going to trade out the Senjin and Inner Rage. Possibly keep the Acolyte Pain, or where would you go with this mulligan?
I think the Acolyte Pain's fine. It depends if he's playing Loot Hoarders. If you're playing like Loot Hoarders and like other forms of draw, like you probably want other cards earlier. Because Acolyte Pain usually doesn't get played until like turn 5. But now that he has the Dustbite, the Acolyte Pain is definitely going to be really impactful.
Turn 2, and it looks like it's in Handlock coming up for the Snipert over the top area. He does have a Ragnaros. He has another slow start to this game. Although the first game he did have a really slow start, it kind of worked out okay for him. Unfortunately, couldn't finish up the game from that one.
Yeah.
Let's see if that slow start's going to hurt him again. With Patron Warrior, it's not too bad being too slow. Although, what do you rate this matchup? Is it more in favor of Handlock, or is it more in favor of Patron Warrior?
I think Patron Warrior is like 50-50, honestly. Like, a lot of people say it's like beyond in favor of the Handlock. But I think it's more so people didn't understand how to play the matchup. Like, you could just OTK the Warlock and never put them in Molten range, and then just not give them a chance to board wipe you. But, like, that's really what the Handlock has for their advantage, right? Like, you get a big Grim Patron board and they get to AoE you. But if you just, like, wait until you have Battle Rage, then you Grim Patron combo and you draw your deck, and then they AoE you and you just do it again. Or you just set up for a double Frothing turn.
Double Frothing and just lethal, yeah. That's always fun to see with the Warsong Commander. Although draw's not even there for the Warsong Commander. I only have a Frothing Berserker at the moment. Would you drop down double Dread Corsair just to force out maybe some AoE?
I think I would drop 1. There's no real reason to play 2, because you don't want to do much more damage anyway. Yeah, I like this play a lot. It kind of sets him up for like wanting to Hellfire Mortal Coil, but at the same time it's not very good because it gets rid of like a 1-drop and a 2-drop. And you still get 3 armor out of it anyway. I guess it's negated because it deals 3 damage to you too. But you definitely want to try to bait out AoE for as little as possible. It is really interesting that he has 2 Dread Corsairs and Senjin in his deck though.
Because there's 3-4 drops right there, it kind of colors it up.
Yeah.
Double Armor Smith is a thing that the TheLastFlare could pick up. Could also do some other things like develop a Death Spite if you really wanted to. But I guess Double Armor Smith is the way he wants to go with that one, and Armor Up. So there's some major things that could happen, but not a lot of pressure is put on for the Handlock right now. He's going to draw out a little bit more than he needs to. And he's going to set up a Savannah Swim winner to try to do some things against this board at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. I'm not sure if I would be armoring up if I was the warrior.
Hmm.
If you draw Battle Rage, then you're not ever gonna be able to use it unless you start jamming your face into some minions.
Which you could technically do right now, but what would you be your course of action in this one? So whilst on board, you don't really have anything to take care of it with. I mean, you could execute, but you just go face and just kind of set up for lethal that way.
Yeah, I think you're just passing this turn. Honestly, you don't really have too many good plays, and you're not really worried if he somehow steals one of your armor smiths with Sylvanas. And you're
Mm-hmm.
also not really under pressure, so him hitting you in the face once isn't that big of a deal. You might want to set up your Death Spite so you can try to get an OTK combo, but he's still missing two pieces,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm not exactly sure what he's trying to do. It might be better for him to just clear the board and then develop his Death Spite.
Actually, just gonna go Death Spite, probably armor up. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
So, yeah, no execute this time, but could just keep on going. At least that's low enough to be cleared out. If ever there's a way to clear out this game for Snipert. We do
Yeah.
see the Sylvanas can be traded out and Mountain Dragon can be played down.
I think I would really like to see a Monaco on this Sylvanas, just to be cute about it. It makes it really hard for the warrior to get through it, and the warrior is trying to set up for an OTK kill, right? So the more health that you have, the harder it is for them to do it. And you're already low enough where you can play Molten Giants pretty cheaply.
Mm-hmm.
So I think getting armor is fine.
Yeah, I mean, you do AoE damage to Armor Smith, you get the armor as well. So that would be really smart for Snipper to trade out to try to steal. Fortunately, not going to be able to do that. We do see Armor Smith being an opportunistic thing to take care of this giant because the execution popped up and shot down. Using Death Fight cards to do that, that's probably the smarter idea of the two, as we do see nothing be taken away. So, LastFlare gets some little clean board. Could Drake Corsair, but again, missing two parts of the piece. There's no Warsaw Commander.
Yeah,
That's a really huge thing at the moment that LastFlare is missing out.
yeah, he's definitely saving the Dread Corsair for the kill turn. Like if he has Warsong Commander, he just wants to play it for free. Plus he gets extra damage from the Whirlwind effect.
Emperor Thorson picked up. This isn't. I mean, you can have a pretty big turn this turn now.
Yeah, but it's not really good to commit your board until you have a Warsong Commander against Hamlock. That's generally how you lose. I don't like using the Death Spite either. Like, the Death Spite's part of his OTK, and he wasn't really under that much pressure. Like, he still has a lot of life to work with. I think I would have just rather see the Emperor and armor up and pass.
Does use up the Dust Fight right now and try to trade out some things, and he does have Emperor Thorson down in the field. Easy way to clear it, you just run your Drake right into it and just call it a day. And Ragnaros as well, so Snipper's gonna try to put some pressure with Ragnaros and the board. It's looking pretty.
Yeah, it's looking really grim for the Grim Patron Warrior.
Yeah, this is not good, but hey, the top deck is gonna be helpful now.
Yeah, it's really good actually. Unfortunately, if he tries to like play too many Grim Patrons here and like Whirlwind, he just gets punished by the Hellfire and the Molten Giants. I'm not exactly sure he has another option though. I think he has to play at least one Grim Patron, maybe even two, and then Whirlwind execute. Oh, wow. So he's gonna leave the Ragnaros up. I guess that's fine because he should have multiple targets to hit. Interesting.
Somewhat, maybe. We'll see.
Okay.
Yeah, that was an interesting turn now. Like, maybe use the whirlwind to get two of them out, but alright, big
Yeah.
out coming down. That's tough.
That's actually a really good play because now he guarantees the rag shot to the face. And we're probably gonna see Emperor here. He's not really worried about dying. He hasn't seen the Warsong Commander yet. I like this too. You just take away the entire chance for the warrior to kill you. I think Grim Patron does have the chance to kill him. Like if he drew Warsong Commander, I guess you're really scared to just die. So I don't blame him for playing passively.
In the end, the passiveness might have killed him, though. But I mean, he had to get a little bit greedy to try to get lucky for this one. But in the end, this is not going to work out. And looks like Handlock is going to take one for the team. The last player is down on his luck. And we do see Snipert cleaning up for the win. If that knows, we know he dies. That was it, yeah. So 1-1
It's
going out.
actually really interesting that he had Ragnaros in his handlock deck. It definitely made the matchup a lot harder for the Grim Patron Warrior. Because a lot of the times the handlock just can't pressure you, and you just end up drawing your deck until you can kill them in one turn. But Ragnaros definitely applies enough pressure to where you can't exactly sit there and wait.
No, you can't. 8 damage is 8 damage, even though if it does go to a Grim Patron target or not. Snipper going to be here left with the Hunter and Rogue versus the Warlock and Warrior, and we're going to see the Warrior versus the... I'm guessing it's the Oil Rogue. It looks like Oil Rogue coming out from Snipper today. Again, matchup favored. Who do you think?
A lot of people, I don't know, a lot of people say that Blade Flurry clears Grim Patrons. I don't know. I really think Grim Patron just, like, beats everything. The deck's really strong right now.
Yeah, I know, definitely. And sometimes it just wins out in, like, unfavorable matchups, like you said. It's one of those things like how mid-range Hunter was, like, just prominent in the meta and just kind of won, like, almost everything.
I like comparing it to Miracle Rogue back in Season 1. Yeah. It's like, people would build decks to counter it, but it's still Miracle Rogue. Like, it had a chance to win regardless of what the matchup was.
One day, Warsaw Commander will only do 2 damage, or 2 attack and above, and then you can't do the little combo. It's fine, it's alright.
I was on a podcast the other day, and they made a suggestion, make Grim Patron a 4-3.
Yeah.
I think that's really smart.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
Like because you can't abuse it as much, and you can't abuse it with Warsaw. But hey, we'll see if the OTK will go down one day, or the control coming out from Grim Patron will. But in the end, it's still here, and we're still into this matchup. Paladin of the Shredder going to be pointed out as the first move from Snipper off on this one. Double Battle Rage, double Warsaw Commander, which he didn't see, I don't think, ever in the game last turn. It's not looking like a good hand right now, though, truthfully.
I actually think it looks like a pretty decent hand. Like, you have
with Thorson,
Emperor. Yeah. You have Emperor, so you're going to get a lot of card draw for 1 mana. And you have your Warsaw Commanders ready, so you might even be able to just throw one out there at some point to get some even favorable trades when you need to draw. Deathbite here definitely pulls his whole hand together. That's also a pretty good card. If you hit both of those with your Emperor, it's pretty solid. You get Warsaw Commander for 2 mana, Grim Patron for 4, and then you Battle Rage for 1. It's pretty decent.
Could even Battle Rage next turn. Can't really do it this turn if ever, but he's probably going to play Thorson next turn, so to even out everything that's clunky in its hand and make it a lot smaller, and then in turn 6, turn 6 mana, he has a possibility of playing Warsaw Commander and Grim Patron. That's always a nice treat for the Patron Warrior. You see some hits onto the face. Doesn't actually do anything else for the board. I guess that was okay. I guess that was okay. It needed to cycle out a little bit more, but he already had a decent amount of cards to even clear out some things.
I think I would have played the Parser there, and then just re-weapon him.
You need to use the mana either way, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think he had a good enough hand. He might not have needed that cycle just yet.
And also, the big thing is he does want to put on pressure, because if you give Patron Warrior too much time, like you said before, it'll really cost you in the end.
Yeah, for sure.
Double Spell of Power. Backstab going to hit up 4. Going to be able to trade up Blood with Thanos. And we're going to hit the face yet again onto TheLastFlare. So we have everything settled down. What's the result? We have... Do we ever play with Grim Patron this turn? Probably not.
We could with Cruel Taskmaster and stuff, but I definitely like this Grandmash a little better.
Trade out into Drake.
Right, and it forces him to have to deal with it, so it's going to save you life regardless of what he's able to do. Looks like he's going to go for the Deadly Eviscerate, maybe SI play.
Okay.
Sets him up for a pretty solid prep sprint next turn, depending what the Patron Warrior does.
Straight out on the Grommash. 1 late game carry down, and as we do see Drake Crusader, no weapons coming out from TheLastFlare in this one. Pretty devastating. Could draw out some cards if we really wanted to. That's going to draw through the Cruel Taskmaster combo. You can draw 2 cards probably from
The
battle
Battle
rage.
Rage.
Yeah.
Ro1's pretty important to pick up. It does suck that he had to use the Girl Taskmaster, but
Mhm.
now that he has the Inner Age, this play is so good.
Sets up some more for later on. Deadly Poison up on the board, but Preparation Sprint is the answer for this one. Is this going to be a Blade Flurry turn coming up from Snipert, you think?
I think it has to be. He probably even just preps and plays the Sedwin. He could even prep for the Tinker Oil and just set up like a lot of damage.
Could he even trade out? Yeah, he could go for a pretty big turn. Does he have lethal this turn?
Maybe if the Tinker just hits the 4-3, yeah, he might have lethal. Here's the Deadly prep. Yeah, it looks like it's lethal.
Holy moly. Ah,
Yeah.
Wild Road.
Oh, Rogue OP.
Lucky. Never lucky. As we do see even slams into the jams. This is going to be the Blade Flurry finishing up the end. Not lucky draw coming up from TheLastFlare. Didn't really have too much onto this one. And Snipert going to win out this one. Now up a 1 game. 3-1 in the series.
Yeah, I think it's pretty unfortunate. The fact that he decided to bring the Dread Corsairs. I think maybe 1's okay, but if you're playing 2 plus Engine, and it just makes your draws pretty clunky. He'd rather just have more card cycling. Like, if those were Loot Hoarders, then he would have gotten to his combo cards a lot sooner, and the game might have turned out differently.
Yeah, more draw probably would have helped out. Sending again, showing up. And we're on to game number 4. It is war yet again from TheLastFlare. If it's not broke, I guess don't fix it, but it kind of seems like it's broke. So, I don't know. Would TheLastFlare, if you were him, would you trade out to your Warlock or against the mid-range Hunter?
You have to get a win with both decks anyway. And if you're getting unlucky draws with the deck 2 games in a row, you might as well play it the 3rd game, and hopefully the draws even out.
And we hope so too, as we do start it up again with the mid-range Hunter. And the wet spinning go down. Let's start out with a little bit better of a hand than last turn, or last game we saw the Hunter with. Has a trap, passing little cards to start it up. What's going to go it in? So we have a little bit more focused damage in the beginning. Blast Flare, on the other hand, has Fire War Axe. Could set up possibly a turn 3 if he wants to. Dread's Corsair with a Fire War Axe, or could even just use Fire War Axe, clean out the Wood Spinner. Or armor. I mean, he already has damage on his face, so there's so many things. What does TheLastFlare really want to accomplish within this early game against the Hunter?
Well, it looks like on paper, Coining Acolyte would be really strong because it would trade with the 1-1. Unfortunately, the Hunter does have the bow, so it would punish him pretty heavily for doing that play. He might even opt for just armoring up here and then going for the weapon and the Dread Corsair next turn. He could even just coin the Dread Corsair this turn and play the Acolyte the following turn. I think all the plays are pretty fine. Looks like he is going to go for the coin play. And using the coin early with a combo deck is generally bad, but against Hunter, you kind of have to put it on the pressure early.
Makes sense, because pressure is always needed against Hunter. You just want to smork your face. Although mid-range Hunter slowly smorks your face. If you guys don't know what smorking is, it's just doing a lot of damage to something. And we do see the trade out onto the Dread Corsair, so we had the Eagle and Bow set up. Could set up a freezing trap, could set up a quick shot as well if you really wanted to. There's a Froth and Berserker down, sit on the field for a little bit. And then the Hunter's Mark going to be drawn.
That never feels good. Having to play your Dread or your Frothic Berserker just as a 3-drop. He does have the Grim Patron though, and with the Whirlwind. So you might even be able to just play Grim Patron as a 5-drop and Whirlwind without the Warsong Commander and just try to get a board.
But in this matchup, the Frost and Berserker, although it could be used for the OTK part, is more used for trading, right?
Yeah, for the most part. You just need to have minions down early. You don't really have a choice, unfortunately. You just kind of have to try to stabilize and then eventually deal enough damage to kill the Hunter. With the freezing trap up, it's going to be really hard.
Especially the Hunter's Mark going to be used on the Froth and Berserker. Going to be taken out in that one. Steady Fashion going down. Can't even crack out the freezing trap without returning something. Acolyte Ping probably gonna be that thing. Sludge Belcher gonna be drawn now. That's not too bad.
It's actually a really good draw, yeah.
Especially since he used the Hunter's Mark, which usually mid-range only use one Hunter's Mark, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Generally, you only use one. Sometimes they use tracking to make it so you can get it more consistently when you need it, but you can't really afford to play too many situational cards in Hunter.
As we do see the Sludge Belcher go down, it's past turn. What do we do on turn 6? Could be my X now, but I think Savannah High makes probably look better. Snipert has a pretty strong board, but there's a lot of cards to challenge back. TheLastFlare could be in a pretty good position. And especially the Pint Constantly, and as we do see everybody about to get in here. It is Grim Patron starting up at his...
Everyone is getting in here.
Oh god.
Oh man. He's even playing Unstable Ghoul.
That's a lot of defensive cards, no?
Yeah. I mean, I'm curious what he cut.
That's a question for deck makers to answer. Fortunately, TheLastFlare. This was played last night, unfortunately. If you didn't want to spoil it. It's a little bit of a spoiler, not that big. But, yeah. A lot of taunts on the field. Very much aggressive. Or non-aggressive, if you want to call it for that one. And now we're presented with Dr. Boom into this one. Snipert's in an okay position, per se.
If he battle rages and picks up Warsong Commander, I actually think he's favored to win this game.
Yeah, we'll see. Cruel Taskmaster, Frothy Berserker. Miss on the Warsong. Would you run in your 1-2 the 7-7?
Well, he has Freezing Trap, right?
Oh yeah, that's right. Forgot about that.
Yeah.
It's glowing right above his head. You can barely see it. Sorry, this is our way of trying to fix up, upside down cards, but it's okay. It's doable per se. Does have a chance.
Yeah, he could up the Taskmaster here.
Yeah.
And then it's gonna be really rough. I guess he has to run one of his Grim Patrons into the 6-1.
Yeah.
And then Taskmaster the 7-7. And then execute it.
Or if you play really greedy, play the Unstable Goal, but yep.
Oh god, no. I guess he could, but I definitely wouldn't advise it.
He's actually going to make everyone get in here for the 2-2s in this one. He's going to use the Cruel Taskmaster number 2, going to grab Dr. Boom, obviously that's a big one. Then we see the execute go down, and Boombot number 1 going to be popped out.
Did he get the War Axe hit off? He didn't.
No, he didn't. He got 4 damage right to the face as well. That Boombot.
Oh man, and the 2 quick shots, the game is getting really close.
Huffer, please. Why is it always Huffer?
Oh man, he should have went for the Boombot lethal. 100%.
Hold on. Would you play the Haunted Creeper in there, or would you want to use one of your quick shots?
I probably would have quick shot him.
Yeah, okay. We'll see what happens with Snipper with the 4 damage from Dr. Bounce going into the face of TheLastFlare. What will happen here? A lot of everyone getting in here, so I'm not surprised to see that. He's not going to use his face guy.
He's that scared.
Well, by chance, would you... you have no way of actually doing anything else with that, though. Trying to get more damage.
Oh my god, the game is over. All because of the Boombot. That's so disgusting.
Esports at its finest. I was about to say, would you try to get a hope that there's going to be a draw for an Armor Smith? But even then, if you try to Whirlwind the Armor Smith, it wouldn't matter.
I think he should have played more minions before even triggering the Boombot. That's a little bit of a misplay. Sequencing error. Yeah, like he could have played the Unstable Ghoul and probably the Frothing Berserker and then still armored up. So it would have definitely given him a better chance to win. It's really unfortunate that the Boombot didn't hit one of the minions, but esports.
Esports for the win. Question mark Snipper. I think he's just gotten the round 16 by being very lucky. Iron Big Owl. Well, I guess that's a thing too. But hey, 8 damage from Dr. Boom. That's a 7/7 plus 2 1/1s. It's pretty strong. Pretty strong in this one. 3-1 goes to the spoils of the victor. Victor being Snipert. Gonna move on to the round 16. Congrats to both players getting this far for the HSL Spring 2015 playoffs, but it's only Snipert gonna be moving on. Recapping that match, although that was a little lucky at the end, what did you think about that?
I think Snipper played pretty well. I mean, there wasn't too many sequencing errors. Like, he definitely knew what he was doing. It was pretty unfortunate the Boom Boss decided they were going to end the game on their own. But not really too much you could do about it. That's Hearthstone. I do think that the Warrior could have built his deck a little better.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure. Maybe he tested it some stuff and he was targeting specific decks.
Mm-hmm.
But generally, from what I've seen, I don't think you want to have that many like situational cards, such as like the taunts and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You really need to have more cycling stuff because you are a combo deck, so you need to draw to very specific cards to win the game.
That is a big thing, and we saw it 3 times not do its thing, and in the end, even with Grim Patron, it was just not enough coming out from the Warrior. And TheLastFlare, well, we'll see him again possibly in next season of HSL. As we go on, it's going to be a round of 16 match coming up. It's going to be Winston of War versus Killing All Day in just a few. It's going to be Freshka and myself bringing in the action. Don't you fret, don't you worry, we'll be right back.